Good day, my dear undergraduate and postgraduate students. I hope you people enjoy the title behind my back, Medicos at the Crossroads. And also, I would like you people to kindly appreciate the picture on the screen. Many a time in real life, we are at the crossroads. But this time, genuinely so. And it is a do or die situation where I take the correct turn. A bend in the road isn't the end of the road unless I take the wrong turn. See what is happening. There are multiple possibilities, but yet one is the correct path for me. Imagine this particular situation. NEET is postponed or next is postponed. What do I do now? This must be running in all our minds, including the students and the teachers. The curriculum was in tantrums. The students were in doldrums. And they were rushing for one when ultimately another one settled down. The problem is, in all these situations, we are running out of time. That is why my title is always R.A.T.S, Racing Against Time for Students. What do I do now? This is what you people see on the screen. On the one hand, the undergraduate has got the NEET in his mind. In fact, the moment he enters anatomy, this is engraved in his mind, very difficult or impossible to erase. At the other time or end, you find that the teachers, the institute, and the university are genuinely wanting to create a doctor with a skill. So also the society expects that of you. In the meantime, there are some hyper thinkers in the students who think of super specialty, not only PG. And my dilemma is whether we will be able to complete the MBBS itself. Because my student has to cover or pass each subject and each year. That is more relevant to me right now rather than the NEET, which is further down the years. And NEET is for PG. What are you seeing on the screen? Obviously, things are not very calm. There is a storm as such. A beautiful quote that I had picked up in this context. We are all worried, but worry does not empty tomorrow of its troubles. It empties today of its strength. So we are being drained of our strength, knowingly or unknowingly. And then we are moving towards a situation of giving up. R.A.T.S and boom. There is something that is missing on the screen. I hope you people are able to realize. What is missing? So it is the background that matters, the words or the letters that matter. We are at the crossroads. What am I to do as a student? Continue further in India or abroad? Do a post-graduation or not? Should I become a clinician or a basic specialist? Or should I go towards a research? All said and done, I need a career, I need a job, I need some respectability in the society. Leave alone other things which I have discussed in another presentation. This is what we all want to walk around with a steth round our neck, to read the ECG, and to dictate the line of management. There were stalwarts those days who would be able to find out or clinically diagnose any condition. The JVP is raised, patient is in failure. But nowadays, I hardly hear such words. Every corner you turn around, it is NEET or PG that is prefixed in his mind. So much so that it is difficult even to bring the student back to the normal position so that he concentrates on my classes. This is a wonderful lesson or a history or a story that has been impressed upon me. This is a scene from a novel called The Citadel by A.J. Cronin. It is a beautiful one, and then it has been made into a movie which won awards. And on the screen, you are finding a doctor who is prescribing something. Also, if you are careful enough, you find that the doctor himself has got a microscope on the table. Maybe he is doing some bedside investigations, a gram stain or a CSF. And behind, he has got a lobby that reads the X-ray. And there is a patient who happens to be his fiancée and wife later on, who looks up earnestly towards him for a treatment or perhaps admires. But what is the story of the Citadel? It is this. A.J. Cronin is the author of this particular novel. It is a story of an youngster. This came out in 1930 and probably it was built up in 1920 to 30 period. He used to walk around the prestigious roads of Oxford and on either side find prestigious buildings and houses owned by stalwarts and great medicos who have stood the test of time. And as he was walking, it has been his desire to be one among them. He meets with a lot of difficulties and ultimately he climbs step by step and goes to the pinnacle or the height of his career. And that is the story of the Citadel. He makes many a diagnosis. And towards the final exam, there is something that happens. He was a voracious reader of the latest journals and the text. One thing happened at the exam. And he gives an answer at the Viva. And one of the examiners says, this is not the latest finding. But then the student says, it is. And he also quotes the issue of the journal where it had been present. Immediately, the examiners ask for that particular journal, verify and see that the student is correct. They say you are correct and they congratulate him. It is difficult, of course, nowadays to see or even imagine such a scenario. That is the story of the Citadel, an ordinary person ascending to the height of fame. And this will be it. Perhaps I also would have been proud to be a doctor like that. So also would I like my student to be. I hope this makes an impact on both of us. But of late, I am also in a dilemma. I am unable to read the minds of the students. Is it going this way, or that way, or the other way? What exactly is the student expecting of me? And because only then I'll be able to continue with my class as such. Whatever way I prepare, however good I am, unless it fits into the shoes of the student. My class is a failure. So this is the crossroad where not only you, but also me are meeting at. A good book is the precious lifeblood of a master's spirit. There have been lots of such books, and it is very difficult to compile a book. Many people criticize only. And please do remember that e-books are written on water. However many books you can download, your mind thinks you can read it later. And you do read it, the mind does not remember. You will have to underline, scribble on it so that it gets inscribed in your minds. So, what is my journey and destination? Is it going to be the need for PG, the super specialty, passing the MBBS, the present year, passing each subject, or to practice in future? Many more possibilities will be there, but then common sense is very uncommon. You will have to choose the realistic method. This is another fantastic one, The Good Doctor. It has come as a serial and it has also probably come into a movie. It is a story of Freddie Highmore. He is a hero of it, and this is a youngster who has got a telepathic knowledge. In which sense, he is able to read the condition and come to a diagnosis. And he says it is a low-grade glioma that is there in the patient. And the patient is none other than his professor himself. He makes a diagnosis. So that is a good doctor, the clinical acumen. There have been many such things, many such instances where doctors were stalwarts and they are not prepared for the need or the next. The storm before the calm. Always before we settle down, there is a kind of a storm. There is an agitation in our mind. That is what the first book reads us. And the second one, after the storm comes the calm. These are the real scenario in our lives, in our medical lives. I hope you people will be able to adjust yourself to this milieu interior in the medical field. A nice picture. Ambitions. It is always better to aim for the sky so that you can reach a little height at least. But then, what is your opinion of this particular one? This I had compiled myself. I want my son to be a doctor. We are walking there, maybe towards the hospital. By the time we reach, he would have grown up. And this is the son and this is the father. They are walking. Whether they are right or wrong, whether the ambition of the father is right or wrong, only time will say. But then, for walking, definitely the pathway is wrong. They are walking on a railway track. This is another incidental finding. As a teacher, it is not myself to put my students down. Strong people don't pull others down. Rather, they lift them up. Michael Watson. I wish you a wonderful career. Being at the crossroads, always you people stay and think. Decide your direction because you will not be having much of a time to come back and change the direction. Thank you.